On paper, this is a matchup that looks like, well, a mismatch. One never knows. You have already remarked to me off the air that the weather could be the great equalizer here today.
Well, coming into this, Mike, you said it. I mean, we have a Class A team, Hampden Broncos, but they're in last place. They're rebuilding. They don't have a lot of kids in their program. They don't have a JV program. Messalonskee, tried and true, and they are playing great lacrosse right now.
Class B, but I'm telling you, throw the classes right out the window.
Absolutely.
Because this Messalonskee boys lacrosse program is class A all across the board. And we'll get to them in a minute.
Yeah.
George West, the Hampden Academy head coach, texted me this morning, said, hey, this is a rebuilding year for us. We've already lost our starting goalie. That's Robert Berger. He tore his ACL right before the first game. So you're already in rebuilding mode, and then you have to train a kid who's never played goal before, and he is Zeke Manning, who's going to fill in all year for Robert Berger.
It sounds like he's got the program going in the right direction. He's talking about all the kids he has in the program. You know that the Bangor area is going to migrate into Hampden area.
Oh, and Hampden Academy has great athletic programs.
And great facilities.
Oh, do they ever.
Great facilities. So I would bet to believe that within 10 years, Hampden's going to be one of the leading programs in northern Maine, but Messalonskee is one of the leading programs in this area and south.
They
looking for big things.
Are indeed. So Zeke Manning will step up. He will play goal. He will be number one that you will see here for the Hampden Academy Broncos. He's learning on the job. It is on-the-job training. Offensively, Gabe Thornwall is the guy who gets it done for them. Offensively, Jay Wallace is their defensive leader. Just one senior on this team. That's a young man named Zach Wilson who's going to play next year at Gordon College.
This is only the third year of the program, so it's hard to have seniors who have played very much on this. And he's the only one, which says a lot for the program. They are competing. The coach is very enthusiastic. This program is on the rise.
Tom Sheridan, meanwhile, is a veteran coach with a veteran team and some real stars on this team, led by Ryan Parent, one of the great gunners in boys high school lacrosse in Maine. He's a great gunner on the basketball court. And Mr. Man, if you have not seen Ryan Parent with a lacrosse stick in his hands, you are in for a treat because he is something else.
Very aggressive, has a thunder for a shot. Just a thunder. And that ball comes out of there with movement on it, which you don't see much in high school. He can cut the ball.
Yeah, it's literally almost like a pitcher with different finger placement on a fastball, using it to make the ball do funny things.
Well, that's one of the biggest differences between girls lacrosse and boys lacrosse is the depth of the bag, of the stick. And the deepness of it allows them to cut the ball, put friction on it, and turn the ball.
Can you explain to me, I'll ask you again for the millionth time, why they're playing by different rules? Why, like, the pocket is deeper on the stick? Is it an adjustment for the female anatomy and their inability to physically shoot the ball as fast as boys?
The Rules Committee has designated that girls lacrosse has to have less contact, Mike, than boys lacrosse. There has to be a level of contact that's been diminished.
Right.
So everything about the sport it is diminished for girls lacrosse. The size of the stick, what kind of contact. There's no checking in girls lacrosse.
Right.
There is physical contact here in boys lacrosse. But everything that is contact is diminished for girls.
All right, so we were talking about Miriam Delisle the other night and how many goals that she has scored, and I forgot how many she had on the year.
Hundreds.
Ryan Parent's already over 40.
Exactly, and he 40 this year, but he's had 60 in the past. So he's already over 100 goals and going for 200.
You got Landon Stewart, who's already in the high 20s, and Peyton Henning off a great start in his freshman year, 20 goals. Malaki Cusano is over 20. Tatum Doucette, who's a terrific hockey player, and, of course, the quarterback of the football team, is close to 20 as well. So some guns out there for Messalonskee, and they will start shooting bullets here in a matter of minutes.
But the coach says, Mike, that defense are the stars. And when you look down that lineup, he has said honestly that Owen Kirk might be the best defensive player in the state. I've only seen him on tape, but he is a load. You don't go by him.
Nope, and speaking of loads, when you've got a goaltender named Tank, and that is Andrew Witham, Tank Witham in goal wearing number 44, he is a fun player to watch. Quick timeout.
Okay.
Because we got to get through things here. Quick timeout. We'll come back. Opening face-off between Messalonskee, Hampden Academy. It's boys lacrosse. It is next on The Score.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. Because every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
From the moment you check in at Kennebec Eye Care, you'll be greeted with a smile. From there, you'll be given a comprehensive and thorough eye exam from Dr. Peter Parody, Dr. Leslie Sobeck, or Dr. Kaylee Brown. Once your examination is completed, they'll go over what steps need to be taken to improve your eyesight needs with glasses or contacts. If you're a current patient or looking to become a new patient, then see the eye specialists at Kennebec Eye Care. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists since 1955.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
There's money in your unwanted metal. Clark Scrap Metals pays top dollar for any cars, trucks, or scrap metal that you want to get rid of. Stop over, we'll weigh it and give you a check. Got a big job that needs a major cleanup? We'll drop off and pick up one or more of our roll-off containers for residential or commercial work. And at Clark's, we crush cars. We travel statewide and offer fair prices. Locally owned for 3 generations, no one knows scrap metal like Clark's. In Chelsea, Hollowell, and Jay. Online at ClarkScrapMetals.com.
It's that moment when everything comes to a halt.
Mom, is everything okay?
It's okay. We can call for some help.
And what you need most is someone you can trust.
201 Service, this is Brandon speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, my car just broke down. I think I need some help.
At 201 Service, we know it's more than just about fixing what's broken. It's about being there when it matters most.
Not to worry, ma'am. We have your location, and help is already on its way.
Don't worry, honey. Help's on the way.
Okay, Mom.
Wherever you are, whatever the time, you can count on us to be there. Because in those uncertain moments, knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
Mike Violet, John Coughlin back here live, Veterans Field in Oakland, as we get set for boys high school lacrosse this afternoon on The Score, as Hampden Academy is in town to take on the Messalonskee Eagles. Our broadcast today brought to you by Central Maine Community College, more than just a community college, with over 40 academic degrees and certificates to choose from, one of the lowest rates in New England. Find out more about CMCC by going to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now at Central Maine Community College. We'll have a meeting of the officials and the players at midfield. And again, in goal, Zeke Manning, a sophomore, a first-year player playing the position out of absolute need and necessity because starting goaltender Robert Berger tore his ACL. We've seen him limping around on crutches before the season, before game one. So you talk about a gut punch. You're already in rebuilding mode, and you lose your senior goaltender.
You don't want to lose a goalie.
No.
There is nothing you can do about that. If you lose an offensive player, you can slow the game down. If you lose the defensive player, you can move the defense back. but a goalie can't do a darn thing.
So the tank with him, wearing number 44, headed down to our left to man that goal. Zeke Manning down to our right in the blue, wearing number 1. Certainly much smaller goaltender than
you think
Tank Witham is. Most people who are playing against a goalie named Tank are smaller, and we're just about set for the opening faceoff here at Veterans Field in Oakland, our first boys high school lacrosse matchup of the year. Max Nason will take the draw for Hampden Academy, and taking the draw for Messo is Connor Wade, and Wade comes away with it immediately right out of the gate, and here comes Messo with an opportunity to set it up offensively right off the opening bell. Henning works it back outside. That is Tatum Doucette, number 7 in your program.
And you see transition changes being made when they're on offense and when they're on defense.
Got to do it. It is a necessity. It's Doucette on the outside, directing things now. Trying to get inside. Doucette with a spin, switches hands, lays it over to Parent. No, that's not Parent. Parent's in the middle waiting for a cut pass. That was Cusano there with the ball now loose, and it's going to go back to Messo.
Very active sticks for Messalonskee, Mike. I mean, that's their game. They're aggressive and they're hungry.
Parent now on the left wing on the far side, wearing number 4, with over 40 goals on the year, and he's got the ball now. That short stick whips it. See how fast that went right to the backstop. He missed on the far side there on the goalkeeper, Zeke Manning.
But it's a bullet. That's something that got the goalie's attention. He may not have seen a bullet like that.
He didn't see it, but it got his attention.
Coach, where's the bus? Can we go home now?
Here's Cusano shooting and scoring. Malachi Cusano, the freshman, with the goal, and it is 1-0. Want to take another look here on the Mid-State Machine replay. Let's see if we can get it queued up. We'll get the next one.
Yep.
We are down a scoreboard operator here today. Alan Brickett not able to make our broadcast, so Sean Packard is juggling chainsaws over there. Aside from food, he's juggling a computer, that thing. What's that thing called? The Stream Deck and that other thing over there. Right, John's afraid of it. He's like it's radioactive. You don't even want to look at it, you know?
Hey, Cusano's only a freshman.
I know.
Can you believe this?
About to say that. So Cusano scores. The first one is 1-0 Messo. And the Eagles immediately set up off the draw. Henning deep to Stewart. Stewart, another gunner. Got to keep these Messalonskee players on the perimeter, and he circled around and missed. He might have hit the side of the net there, and it goes back out.
The one thing you'll watch, and you see it on the picture, you'll see it right here. Look at the balance. Look at the field balance that Messalonskee has. There's good spacing between every player.
10:15 to go here in the first. It is 1-0 in favor of Messalonskee. Here's Parent. Parent trying to body his way in. He gets cracked on the other side. The ball is wide there. Coming over with some help defense there was Gabe Thornwall. That was almost like in basketball of transitioning over and leaving your man and going to get the other guy.
Well, it is. And you see the shots coming from low. That's, again, something the goalie may not have seen either.
Damian LeBlanc, number 15. Turnover here. It's going to go to Hampden Academy for the first time in the game. So 2 minutes in, they finally are going to get an offensive possession.
One of the things coaches will tell you about Messalonskee is they make the defensive transition very quickly.
Josh Searoyce at center goes on the fly down the right side now. Got it to Thornwall. Thornwall's their guy in the offensive end. Thornwall being pushed to the perimeter. A little shove there, a little love tap. Nice. Turns around, and you can see the pressure that he got, and he ends up getting decked there, and we got a flag down.
That's going to be a penalty, and they're going to go sit with a dunce cap
That's
on.
Dawson Dingus, who sort of cross-checked him.
Yeah, and he will go to the penalty box, I believe, Mike.
Yep, he's headed out. That was a flag.
And so they will play, Messalonskee will play shorthanded.
And the great thing here about the scoreboard at Messalonskee High is they post penalties. It's a 1-minute penalty.
Nice.
Love that. We don't see that at many lacrosse games.
We don't see the scoreboard on at many lacrosse games.
And some baseball and softball games this year, too, I might add. All right, it's a power play here, a man advantage for Hampden Academy, down 1-0. Thornwall out deep at the top. Now gets it back.
Mike, not as spread.
Ooh, shooting and missing. Not as spread is correct. They're more
funnel. They are funneled to the cage, easier for the defense to defend.
All right, down to 40 seconds. Left. Here's Thornwall shooting, and that one missed. It went on the right side of Witham, who moved that stick over there but didn't have to make a save on it because it was wide.
And, Mike, a lot of teams can control possession by taking controlled shots and making sure the back person is back. So they can control time of clock.
Thornwall in, shoots, and that one hit Witham. And the loose ball scooped up by Messo, running it out of there for the Eagles, Vinnie Robinson. Short-handed Messalonskee for 20 more seconds. 8:45 to go in the first. They lead it 1-0 on a goal by Cusano. This is Parent.
Nice turn.
Parent with his 40-plus goals, turned back. Check the scoreboard there because they're going to get their man back here right now. So we are back. Robinson is back. We are back to even Steven. Out deep now for Messalonskee. It's Jeremiah McKenzie. McKenzie laid over on right side for LeBlanc. LeBlanc goes to the net, knocked out of the stick.
Great defense.
Now in front, the turn, the shot, score! Jeremiah McKenzie, it's 2-0.
Well, McKenzie that time found a seam. You'll see it right here. Still had time as he gets the ball. Nice pass outside. McKenzie will get the ball, and he'll wind up and let it go right here. Boom!
Mid-State Machine replay. Mid-State Machine looking for a career. Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. So 2 goals for Messo so far. Cusano and McKenzie. It's 2-zip Eagles. 2-zip Eagles. And right off the draw, they're right back at it. Connor Wade. Messo's going to change up. Going to get their offensive people out there. With possession of the ball here, 7:50 to go in the first. They lead it by a score of 2-0. Out front, way out front, it is Damian LeBlanc.
Great screens inside.
Goes in, has an open lane to the net, and that was ice cream there as he blew it by, and really not that hard by Manning, and it's 3-0.
Yeah,
so LeBlanc scores.
Mike, that time the goalie didn't even see that shot. He was screened, and again, his size doesn't allow him to see over his defenders. Not a good thing.
Whoops, sorry about that.
And Damian LeBlanc, a junior, and Messalonskee doing what they know how to do, for sure. Face off. And we talked about the differences, Mike, but look at the equipment that the boys wear. The girls don't wear helmets, and they don't wear pads.
Right.
So you can't allow that to happen. The contact we're seeing here.
You're going to get a softer, kinder, gentler game. I don't know if the girls want that, though.
I think they do. I know my granddaughter does.
She likes the softer, gentler, kinder game?
No.
She wants to go.
She wants a helmet. She wants pads.
Right. Good for her.
She wants to stop being called for charges. She wants to knock people down. And
no
most
more
of the girls
charges on Madison Nault.
No.
Stop it.
She gets called all the time for that.
That's because she's your granddaughter, John, and they're making up for 40 years of abuse.
You might be right.
3-0 Messalonskee here. And the Eagles take the ball away from Hampden Academy and up the gut. Here's Connor Wade. Actually, no, that's Vinnie Robinson. Robinson lays it over. Low worm burner there. It's in from Peyton Henning.
And an assist, certainly, by Vinnie Robinson. See it right here. Robinson goes end to end. He goes right at the seam and dishes. Nice pass, assist, goal.
Good finish, good rush, good finish after the pass. And it's 4-zip. And again, we're seeing an extremely experienced, skilled Messalonskee team against a team that is rebuilding and kind of learning the game on the job, much like their goaltender Manning.
Yeah, this is baptism under fire.
Sure is. And here's Ryan Parent, who inexplicably has not scored yet.
I'm betting my house he won't. He will.
He will.
Excuse me. I was going to say he won't to you. Hey.
Here's Doucette out front. That's Parent. Parent goes in, and he missed.
Messalonskee, 56-15 since 2021.
That is good, isn't it?
Yo. That's going through one class and starting another.
Right.
Wow.
All right, out back. For Messo, that's Landon Stewart. Stewart laid it over. That is Henning, and Henning missed. Henning is another freshman up front on attack for Messalonskee. They have worked in some kids. Cusano's already scored. You got Henning. The future, the present is bright, but so is the future.
You know, most sports you can hide young freshmen and sophomores. This sport you can't.
And they don't try to. There's Parent scoring on a turnaround shot from about 20 yards out.
I can go home and live in my house.
Karen does not have to pack up tonight. And I'm sure she's happy about that. Because you guys have moved a lot.
Yeah, we have. I'll tell you right here, that shot by Parent is whoever grabs him as a college player has got a good one.
Mid-State Machine instant replay for you right there. And I forget where he's headed.
I mean, the goalie never the bag was behind him, and the goalie never saw the shot. Boom.
Maine Maritime. Okay, so I figured. And I think he's going to be playing lacrosse there.
And that's a good lacrosse school.
Yeah, and he'll be joining his former teammate Bryce Crowell there.
Nice.
Crowell, a three-sport star here at Messalonskee in football, hockey, and lacrosse, and I make a case as Bryce Crowell being the greatest athlete ever to play sports at Messalonskee High School. Bryce is now finishing up his sophomore year at Maine Maritime. I believe his face-off percentage was something like 87% this year. The whole year, John.
Oh, my God.
He rarely loses a face-off. There's a shot. There's a score. That one buried there by Damian LeBlanc.
See it right here again across the top of the seam. No one there to stop the shot. Goalie, wrong angle. LeBlanc's second goal of the game.
Comes with 5:22 left in the first. And Messalonskee rolling. This is no surprise. They are up 6-0 with 5:22 left in the first period.
You know, Hampden is having the darndest time to get the ball over the 50-yard line. It's almost like, Mike, they need to start running the ball up. They can't pass the ball.
And I think that's going to have to happen.
You know, size-wise, Hampden's not even close size-wise with Messalonskee.
Now, you can see the difference, and Messalonskee has a team of athletes. I mean, when you put Tatum Doucette out, who is also a tremendous, tremendous three-sport athlete in football, in hockey, and in this sport.
Nice
in
pass.
front, the pass is bobbled there, unable to get the ball in the basket. That was Malachi Cusano, I believe. Now they come right back in the crease area. Ball still loose on the ground. Hampden Academy looking to scoop it up. Parent does. And Ryan lays it out back.
Nice pass.
Henning shoots, or to Doucette, who shoots and scores.
That is pretty, Mike. And now we have 6 different players from Messalonskee. Great pass inside. Oh, what a beauty.
Great eyes there to see Doucette.
And our great replay assistant had it right down to a science, Mike.
I wouldn't call him a replay assistant. I think he's in charge of replays.
Director.
Yeah, the director of replays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Director of replays sounds more official.
Because Sean should have a title
greater
than assistant. He's far, far greater than that.
Well, we know that.
And certainly when it comes to eating, he is no assistant. He is the top dog. He's the top cat.
He's the go-to.
TC, baby.
He's the go-to.
He is. He's the GOAT.
No.
Apparently not.
They heard you were coming.
I would chastise Chad Foy.
He was just up here. Yeah.
I would grab him.
I'd tell him to cook you a hot dog. He ain't got anything else to do.
You know, that's although Alan isn't here to go fetch it for you like he was the other night in Fairfield. Can Galen run camera and go grab hot dogs at the same time? All right, Hampden Academy on a breakout.
Hey, Mike, Zeke Manning with his second save.
He did. He made a stop there, and they're having a devil of the time getting it to midfield. Finally, they do. Advance the ball over midfield, but it doesn't stay over midfield long as Messo stole it, and they work it right back in. So here's Parent.
You know,
and
Mike,
everybody's going to get a chance to play today for Messalonskee.
They are so unselfish. No one's ball hogging. No one's padding their stats. Whoever gets the open shot scores.
Well, they're out there. They're going to play, but they're going to play their game, which is to spread the ball around.
Yeah.
Even though they have a 40-goal scorer and a couple of 20s, they do spread it around. And this one is blown dead. And I don't know, would you have a violation?
Yeah,
have a penalty possibly here?
I think it was a check in the 12 by Hampden. So it'll be Messalonskee ball at the top. Let's see what we're doing here.
That's Thornwall who's going out too, who's their best player. So that doesn't help.
No.
So Gabe Thornwall is out. He gets a 1-minute penalty.
Yeah, he's almost their entire offense.
Here's Parent. Sidewinder is wide. Ryan with a buzzer that missed. 3:06 to go first. It is 7-0. Messalonskee, Mike Violet, John Coughlin, our score crew. Today, Sean Packard and Galen Neal. Glad to have you with us from Veterans Field. The shot is wide. That one clanged off the post there of the fence post and back of the net by Ryan Parent.
They say that the average shot from a high school player is 60 miles an hour. The good ones can get it to 80 and 90.
I think Ryan is in that category. Here's Malachi Casano. A lob over to the side. In front, wide open there, Landon Stewart. Landon Stewart has to bring it back up to Casano. Oh, another sidewinder, and Parent can't believe he missed that one.
Yeah, he wants that one
His
back.
eyes went to the heavens on that one. 2:40 to go in the first. Out front, Doucette. Doucette open right there. Cusano, who just drops it in. That was ice cream.
You know, Mike, the catching and passing skills of Messalonskee is fun to watch. They don't drop the ball.
They do not. They make all the plays.
They do.
They make them without thinking about them. And you can tell how skilled these players are and how much lacrosse they have played as opposed to the kids from Hampden Academy who simply have not played the game for very long. It's a game that has not been played in some pockets of Maine for very long at all.
Right. And I mean, it doesn't cost much. I mean, it's a sport that you think you'd want to watch. But some schools, Mike, just can't make it happen due to facilities. There's just too many teams using one field.
Yeah.
And
off
so,
the draw here, it's Austin Frost.
Goal.
All the way, missed. Buzzed one by and missed. Frost right off the draw. The junior midi went right down looking to score.
I like Manning.
That looked like Bryce Kroll right there. That was his game.
It was.
Yep.
Just take it, attack, and throw
take
it down
right
your
down.
throat. You know, that's the scariest lacrosse play. When you come right down the throat.
That's what he did. And, of course, he had running back speed.
Yeah.
Hockey speed from playing. I mean, he could motor.
Well, you don't want to get in his way.
Not at all. And Bryce wasn't big, but, man, he was powerful.
Well, you aren't going to hit him and hurt him.
Here's Parent, who certainly isn't going to be hit and hurt.
That.
Side of the net. Cusano got decked and whacking at it there. Thornwall.
Ooh.
Thornwall. He had 2 flags thrown on him there. Parent shoots. It ends up in the net. A score by Parent after 2 major slashes by Gabe Thornwall.
Yeah.
Who looked like he was chopping wood there.
Yeah, they were, Mike. And if the officials, although we got a penalty on that, but the score counts.
Right.
That is one of the differences in girls and boys lacrosse.
Oh, yeah?
Is that when the flag is thrown, they stop the play.
Okay.
Even if it's an advantage. I don't know if it's because the officials aren't any good or if it's a rule. But when you've got an advantage and you throw a penalty, don't stop it if they're going to score. Goodness.
Right. Let them play.
Because it would be a disadvantage to the offense if you stop the play.
So Thornwall gets a 1-minute penalty for a couple of whacks.
That's their best player. That ain't good.
That's the second time he's been in the box today. And when you're the other team's best player and the other team doesn't have many other good players, you can't be taking penalties. I mean, he was whacking him. You could see it.
Yeah, he's had enough, and I'm going to get this part of my game.
Right. Doucette, Parent. Parent scores.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You see it right here. He makes it look easy. Winds up and just really that ball's 90.
Mid-state machine replay with 1:26 to go with that blur by Ryan Parent, and that is a hat trick in the first period.
Yep. Radar gun's got him at 92.
The Messalonskee High Jugs gun. You got a radar gun on your phone?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Right there.
Activate it.
I can't. I have to be down
You
closer.
have to be down there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get a Jugs gun down there.
Yeah.
To time Ryan Parent.
Yeah. And it's good, too. That's what I use down to Ripken for pitchers.
Right, down in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Where you worked for Cal Ripken.
I did.
Did you ever meet Cal Ripken?
I did.
I met Cal Ripken up here, ironically, at the Alphon Youth Center when he was honored.
Yeah. His brother is more the administrator down there.
Billy,
yeah. And his dad, obviously, is the one that started it.
Cal Ripken Sr.
Yeah.
Who finally got to manage the Baltimore Orioles, and the first year he managed them, what did they do? They went 0-21. And he got fired. Yeah. Actually, it was his second year.
I don't think he was the manager of choice there.
It happened. Ryan Parent fakes.
Last shot, Mike.
Parent turns left-handed, scores lefty, righty. As Yogi would say, he's amphibious.
Speaking of Yogi, I just put a bid in on eBay of one of his trading cards last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your bid?
Under 100, but
okay.
It's 6 days away, and I'll go higher.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get a Yogi Berra.
Having a Yogi Berra card would be good. Is it signed by Yogi?
Not this one.
Okay.
No.
Just a straight-up card.
Yeah. I just bought a Mantle card, 58. Not graded very well. But
was that his trip? No, 56 was his Triple Crown.
Yeah,
right?
you can't get any of those cards.
Yeah,
I'd have to sell my house.
Yeah, exactly.
If I own it when I get home.
I know you still do. With 25 seconds left in the first quarter, John, I can proudly announce that John and Karen Coughlin still own their home down on the mid-coast of Maine.
I did not bet against Ryan Parent.
No, you did not.
You don't want to.
Second teamers out there for Tom Sheridan's club with 10 seconds to go. They lead 11-0, hence the second teamers. That ball bounces away, and it's picked up by guess who? Gabe Thornwall, who's out of the penalty box, but he's going to run out of time. One done here in Oakland. The score at the end of one, it is all Messalonskee, to say the least. It is Messalonskee 11, Hampden Academy nothing. You're watching and listening to Boys High School Lacrosse on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Midstate Machine in Winslow, Maine, we manufacture complex components and large-scale turbines that power industries across aerospace, defense, and energy. We're hiring CNC machinists. And whether you're experienced or just starting out, we offer on-the-job training to help you build a rewarding career. Join our Safety First team, where your ideas are valued, and enjoy competitive pay with 2 weeks of paid time off starting on day one. Apply today at midstateusa.com, where your career powers the future.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
John Coughlin back here live at Messalonskee High School in Oakland. 11 Zip Eagles at the end of one. Messalonskee's made a goalkeeping change. Tank with him out. Cam Burrows, a freshman, going to get some PT today.
You know, I mean, Messalonskee returns 8 out of 10 of their starters. What do you expect for them this year? They're going to be loaded. But now there's a chance for the players on the bench to get in the game.
Exactly. And Tom Sheridan's already cleared the bench, which he should, as we get going here in the second. Ball scooped up by his son, Drew.
Big kid.
Parents still out there. Everybody getting worked in and out, though. You can see the rain coming down in sheets out there. It is not a pleasant day.
No, not for Hampden. They're asking, get the bus.
Warmed
turned
up.
On.
Doucette in front. The shot, score. Damian LeBlanc with another one. LeBlanc has 3, like Ryan Parent, who has 3 plus 1, now 4.
And there's a hat trick, a crossing LeBlanc across the middle, and just a whip shot found the net.
So Damian LeBlanc into the hat trick column. And it is 12-0.
You know, looking back at the Hampden defense and Nick Ritchie and Mason Jellison, I mean, they're getting manhandled down there by screens and picks. Boy, Messalonskee picks up every ground ball. It goes to them, Mike.
The Eagles have done it again. Here they come on the breakout. There's Parent.
Great pass.
Parent sees a man wide open. The shot and a score. That was tic-tac-toe, baby. Peyton Henning.
It doesn't get any better than this. Lateral movement, cross the field, score. You get the defense turning their heads, Mike, just like in basketball, and it's nothing but net.
That was a big, old, tasty ice cream cone right there for Messalonskee.
And the worst thing that's happening now is Hampden's getting tired. So they're not getting back on defense, and the new subs coming in are really full of energy.
They are, and when you're playing defense and you're in chase mode all the time, it wears you out.
Yeah, and they are tired.
And you already have your tail between your legs at 13-0. The shots, by the way, are 13-1.
Oh.
That is wide.
That's a beautiful shot by Gabe Thornhall.
Cam Burrows getting some action, and it's going to stay with Hampden Academy as Jacob Klotz will run it down and start it up. Klotz. And they work it over to the far side. Now back near the front to Silas Bryant. Bryant drops it off for Wilson. Wilson over on the right for Thornwall. Thornwall holds, goes down low. I don't have her number 10 on my roster.
Neither do I, Mike.
All right.
Excuse me, Dylan Sharkey.
Dylan Sharkey?
Yep, got
All
him.
right.
Yep.
Let's write him down. So Dylan Sharkey, number 10.
And Messalonskee.
Working it back. All right.
Oh.
Burrows.
Goalie, when he throws it over the cage like that, Mike.
Yeah, especially a young goalie like this freshman Burrows. Here comes the Messalonskee Eagles working the ball up to midfield. Dawson Dingus dropped it down low. Nobody there in white. Still loose, though. It's a ground ball. It's anybody's ball. And finally getting it just barely back there was Zeke Manning.
Yeah, Nick Ritchie couldn't handle the ball. And ball on the ground in front of the cage is not good.
Loose ball scooped up by Messo off the ground. All right, that's Max Nevins, number 0 out there. Ball is out. It'll stay with Messalonskee. Restarting here, Landon Stewart. So Stewart will start it with the Eagles up 13-0. Clock running, 8:35 to go in the first. Mike Violet, John Coughlin, and our score crew here at Veterans Field in Oakland. Parent playing the role of playmaker, passes it. Now another pass down low. Shot is blocked there. It was off the stick of Peyton Henning, loose on the far side. Coming away with it there for Hampden Academy is Dylan Sharkey. Snarky. Listen to me. Not trying to be snarky.
The hits are unmerciful. I mean, to bring the ball, run the ball up the field like he is right now.
Zach Wilson paying a price.
He is paying a price.
Trying to get rid of it, and he gets it over to Thornwall, who got mugged over there, knocked to the deck by Stewart. We're checked up by 9, Dawson Dingus.
Mike, the Portland area team's philosophy is to get the lead and then beat the heck out of you.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
That's what Messo's doing.
That's the name of this game.
Thornwall
nice pass.
To the cutter. It's there. The shot is blocked, I believe, and it bounced high over the freshman goalkeeper for the Messalonskee Eagles, Cam Burrows.
He didn't know where it was. He couldn't see the ball. Nice play.
It is Hampden Academy's ball. They work it out front to the side, but it's blown dead.
See, it's Messo's ball.
Yeah, it's a violation on Hampden Academy. So on the long stick here, it's Owen Kirk. Goes over to the goalie, Burrows.
Pickett.
Up to Robinson. Not much on that pass, and Robinson scoops it up, gets it over midfield, tried to pop it over to Parent. It didn't work. It's still loose, and Hampden Academy up with it. It's Thornwall.
You like defensive secondary people in football to play midfield because they can anticipate.
Here's Thornwall to the middle, gets a pick.
What a screen.
Goes around it, fires, and a save by the kid, Cam Burrows. Look at him flash the stick out and make the stop. Making a bid to be our score player of the game and get the Flagship Cinema swag bag, which is filled with a score player of the game t-shirt.
Are you kidding
the back me? And missing the net is Stewart. You have to score there if you're Landon Stewart.
Watch this. Parent attacks. He feels a player on the baseline. Inside, goes behind his back, and a perfect pass.
A circus pass by Ryan Parent. Unfortunately, Stewart couldn't finish it off. That's one of the greatest lacrosse passes I've ever seen.
You don't see that often.
You think he'll be all right at Maine Maritime?
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to go watch him there.
Him and Bryce Kroll on the same.
Hello.
That's going to be fun.
Gosh.
Because Kroll will be a junior next year.
Look at this move. Gets inside.
Parent angles in, and he'll score there. No, he does not.
Tank Jr. with a save.
It ends up being blocked. The save made there by Zeke Manning, the little goalkeeper who's shorter than the crossbar.
We're calling him Tank Jr.
Okay.
He made a great save.
Yep, he made the stop. He did his job. 5.5 to go in the first half.
Great move.
13-0. It's been a couple of minutes since Messo has scored, and Henning there got blocked.
And another great save.
And Tank Jr., Zeke Manning, made the stop. That ball is out on the side, though, by Hampden Academy, and it'll be a Messalonskee ball. That's Ryan Parent.
The beauty of this game versus girls is there aren't as many whistles. Game flows.
There is much more flow to the game for sure. This is Jeremiah McKenzie, who's got a goal here in the half.
Ooh.
McKenzie got knocked down or might have lost an edge. It's picked up by Hampden Academy. Here come the Broncos.
You'd been thrown out if that was a girls' game.
I think you're probably right on that. On the rush, it's Thornwall. Thornwall lays it down low, and that is Dylan Sharkey. Sharkey goes back behind the cage to Jacob Klotz. Klotz over to the other side. They're working around to the front now to Silas Bryant. Hampden Academy looking to score before the half. 4.5 to go. They trail 13-0. They've been outshot 16-2. Thornwall, open space.
Nice move.
Inside. There it is. Comes out of the basket, though, and it's scooped up by Cam Burrows.
That was a great check that time.
Cam, pretty nice lob pass and handling it beautifully there for the Messalonskee Eagles. On the one bounce was Colton Enos, freshman wearing 32.
Great.
Now to the cutter inside. The shot is blocked there. Malachi Casano cutting had a great look, and it was blocked. Parent spins in, checked. Oh, behind his back again. Ryan Parent putting on a show. Boy, the razzle-dazzle there. Put some mustard on that hot dog. Huh? How about that on the Mid-State Machine replay?
Well, here it is. He's going to attack the middle. Goes behind his neck. What a great shot.
Those are the ones that you practice when you're out on the field all by yourself and there's nobody out there, just to see if you can do it.
Yeah. And then you think it through, and then you try it once, and hopefully everybody doesn't laugh, and it goes in.
Nobody was laughing at that.
No.
Because that was way too close, Mr. Man, that's for sure. On the far sideline, ball knocked out. It'll be a Messo ball. They'll make a quick switch.
I'll bet a lot of players can do it, but he's the only one that has confidence in a game.
Exactly. 3 minutes to go in the first half. It is 13-0 Messalonskee. The rain really coming down. Dingus back outside. The shot is wide. Big shot there by Damian LeBlanc. We are back in lacrosse mode on Thursday. Lincoln Academy at Gardner. Boys lacrosse, 4 o'clock from your old stomping grounds down at Hokefield and Gardner.
Yeah,
a similar facility to this one with the turf. And there is another goal.
Parent.
That is Parent with goal number 5. And it is 14-0. So Lincoln Academy at Gardner coming up on Thursday afternoon. We'll be there. John and I will have the call for you at 4 o'clock.
And let's hope for some sun, Mike. We haven't had a
What is the sun?
We haven't had a good
What is
spring.
the sun you speak of?
My goodness. This reminds me of April, and it's May, mid-May.
Can you describe the sun to me?
No.
I've heard it's a big yellow ball in the sky.
I'm just tired of dressing like I'm going hunting.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I have long pants on today.
But a T-shirt, Mike.
So there's that. The jacket's going on at halftime. I'm getting cold. All right, I'm going to have to turn the heat on in my car on the way home for the long drive back to Waterville of like 4 miles.
I'm going out and turning mine on at halftime.
Yeah, do you have a remote starter?
No.
I do. I can start my car right from here. Right on my app.
Yeah, someone's going to take
Right
it.
on the app. No, you can't get in it unless you have a key. It's locked.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have the key.
That's right. You got those modern cars.
The car knows if I'm around.
You've got those modern
Why,
cars.
what year is yours?
It's new, but it doesn't have that
It's
stuff.
a pretty new car.
Well, that's a Subaru. That's a main car.
What year is it?
New, but it's
what? What's new? Another score?
Yeah.
Did we miss a goal? Who scored it?
That is number 22, which I don't have.
All right, that is Grady Tibbetts. So Grady Tibbetts scores to make it 15-0. And I think they've decided to just let the clock run, which is probably a good thing.
Good idea.
So you don't know what year your car is?
It's new, 24.
Well, so is mine.
But it doesn't have that.
I'll bet you have an app that you can download.
To start it?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure of it.
All right.
Where'd you buy it? What dealer?
Evergreen over in Auburn.
All right. You call them up and ask them if there's an app for that.
I think you have to pay for it, though.
No, you don't.
Oh.
You do not have to pay for an app.
All right, I'm going to tell them. Mike
Right.
Violet
If it's
told
a
me.
key fob, yeah, you're going to pay big money for that. But if you have the app, and I have the Ford Motor Company app on my car.
Well, that's American made. Trump got you the app. Trump got you the app.
The Japanese people haven't figured out apps yet?
Trump won't allow it.
Is there a tariff on it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, no tariff on any of the Messalonskee goals here in the first half. They've scored 15 of them. And the score at the half of this boys lacrosse matchup here this afternoon, the Messalonskee Eagles 15, the Hampden Academy Broncos nothing. It's halftime. We'll be back to Oakland after this on The Score.
It's like this every winter. When the temperature drops below 45, my palms sweat and I get really anxious.
It's not your fault. You're suffering from seasonal winter driving disorder. 3 and 4 drivers suffer from SWUDs because they have all-season tires. They aren't designed for wintry weather. Luckily, there's a remedy. Take 4, call me in the morning.
Visit NokianTires.com/remedy for the cure.
Is this a prescription for tires?
201 Tire Battery and Service, Riverside Drive, Vassalboro.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835. 465-4835. Or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
At Danforth's Down Home Supermarket, they're proud to be a second-generation family-owned grocery store with locations in Herman and Pittsfield. They focus on providing fresh produce, high-quality meats, delicious bakery items, and a well-stocked deli. Danforth's Down Home Supermarket cuts and grinds fresh meat daily, and they offer Maine lobsters year-round. They also bake fresh bread, pastries, and other sweet treats every single morning. For added convenience, online shopping is available at their Herman location with contactless curbside pickup ready in as little as 2 hours. Come discover Danforth's Down Home Supermarket.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
At High Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Mike Violet, John Coughlin, and our score crew, Sean Packard, Galen Neal, back here live at Veterans Field in Oakland. It is a 15-0 score here at halftime. A big first half for the Messalonskee Eagles, a big first quarter for the Eagles, who scored 11 of their 15 goals before the second quarter, and Tom Sheridan emptied the bench and brought everybody in the ballgame. Cusano, McKenzie, LeBlanc, Henning, Parent, LeBlanc, Doucette, Cusano, Parent, to finish up the quarter. That made it 11-0. Second quarter, LeBlanc, Henning, Parent, Tibbet. So Parent now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a handful.
You know, you watch Messalonskee, and they're great offensively, but again, the coach even tells you, and you're seeing a replay here, they are great offensively. You're
not seeing any replay, John. You're seeing the Mid-State Machine
replay. The Mid-State Machine replay.
Right.
And you can see the offense run by Messalonskee. They do all the things right. They spread their offense. They attack the seams. They hit the open man, and they turn and whip. They all can do it. They all do it well. But again, Mike, I want to go back to what the Messalonskee coach said. Defensively is their strength.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable at midfield.
In a first half where they've scored 15 goals, they haven't given up any.
No, and the few shots that were taken in the second quarter with substitutes in, but their midfield is impenetrable.
Our first half breakdowns brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partners since 1984. So 15 goals, 11 in the first, 4 in the second, and really not much of a threat thus far from the Hampden Academy Broncos. And who knows, with some of the second and third teamers out there for Messalonskee in the second half, maybe they'll get some better scoring opportunities. But right now, few and far between. I'm talking about getting over midfield and getting it in to the Meso zone.
I'm looking at George West in the corner, looking at his team. He's talking to them. You can tell by their body language what is being said. This is gut search right now. They're playing one of the better teams, and they're getting killed. Is this a turning point where we start to get better or not? And that's what Coach West is talking to him about.
These are still teachable moments, even though it's 15-0. There are things you can learn from this aside from the obvious whipping that you're taking. There are some sort of underlying things that you can learn from this, and this is a true test of coaches' skills when it comes to handling these kinds of spots.
The few things that I saw, Mike, and I didn't look at actual players' names, is there were times where they didn't hustle.
Right.
They stopped playing, and that you can't have, no matter if you're getting beat by 15 or down by 1. It doesn't matter. You got to hustle.
You got to hustle, and you got to be more aggressive, and you've got to put your shoulder down and get yourself into scoring position in front of that net.
Well, you're not playing for the school right now. You're playing for your teammates who are getting killed as well, and everybody needs to step up.
15-0 Messalonskee taking on Hampden Academy. The Eagles having a party here in the first half, leading at 15-0. Second half action is next. You're watching and listening to live coverage of high school lacrosse on The Score.
Looking for a way to heat your home while staying within your budget? A home heating loan from Connected Credit Union is the perfect solution. We've got you covered with an affordable way to keep warm this winter. Maybe you're thinking of purchasing a heating and cooling system or replacing your windows. Making your home more energy efficient isn't just an investment in your home, it's an investment in your lifestyle. Contact our loan team for more details or apply online at connectedcreditunion.org. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Membership eligibility required.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
From the moment you check in at Kennebec Eye Care, you'll be greeted with a smile. From there, you'll be given a comprehensive and thorough eye exam from Dr. Peter Parody, Dr. Leslie Sobeck, or Dr. Kaylee Brown. Once your examination is completed, they'll go over what steps need to be taken to improve your eyesight needs with glasses or contacts. If you're a current patient or looking to become a new patient, then see the eye specialists at Kennebec Eye Care. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists since 1955.
Mike Violet, John Coughlin back here live at Messalonskee High School. It is 15-0 in favor of Messalonskee as we roll into the second half, and I suspect we will have running time here in the second half as this one obviously at 15-0 has gotten out of hand. Let's see if the Broncos can at least light the lamp.
Yeah.
You don't want to get shut out.
Yeah, they've got 24 minutes of running time, and they need to hustle, and they need to try to play the game right.
Max Nason for Hampden Academy. Connor Wade for Messalonskee will take the face-off here in the second half. Hampden Academy in the blue. They're going from right to left, and Messo in the white, going from left to right. In goal down to our right is the sophomore Zeke Manning, and in goal for Messalonskee, the freshman Cam Burrows, who came in for Tank Witham to start the second quarter. He'll probably finish things out.
Some starters are in.
I would think that Tom Sheridan would give him a little bit of playing time in the second half, but not a whole lot. Right down Broadway and shooting and scoring there is Connor Wade. Is he the one you threw the the dart at?
No,
at
that's
halftime?
a Hampden Academy player. We're going to see if it works out.
All right, so John has thrown a dart at the dartboard list of Hampden Academy players, and it landed on?
Silas Bryant.
All right, Silas Bryant has been designated the chosen one.
Now he just needs to get in the game.
And we had a violation right off the face-off.
Not sure what that was.
So here is Gabe Thornwall, who has spent 2 stints in the penalty box here in the first, and that has been his contribution.
Well, he's trying to play aggressively like Messo
Well,
does,
it's working.
But he doesn't have the same skill they do to do it.
Sia Royce drops it down low to Thornwall. Thornwall fakes, trying to spin in, can't. There was no real estate there to work with. Thornwall drops it off to Nason. Back to Thornwall, not a good pass, but I think it was dead before that.
Yeah, and again, you see Thornwall, he's kind of small, and he can't get those legs around the taller players.
Yeah.
That's a limitation.
Our Thursday matchup, Lincoln Academy taking on Gardner, should be a much more evenly matched game than this one.
Gardner, a big win could put them in the tournaments. They're on the cusp.
All right, ball off the stick there of Owen Kirk.
Nice pass.
Now back to him and shoots and misses. That one went wide.
Controlled
Actually,
shot.
no, that was not Kirk. That was Max Nevins wearing number 0. So Nevins missed. Nevins, a freshman, a JV player for this Messalonskee team. Ryan Perrin in there, and he's behind the net.
Yeah, that lengthens the zone defense.
Now over on the far side to Doucette Tatum. To the cutter right there and shooting and burying it, Max Nevins.
What a great pass. Yep. That pass went over the top, and I don't know for sure if he could see the player. He just felt there was a player there. You're going to see it here. It goes right over the top, perfectly thrown, and there's the shot.
Who scored the first goal here in the half? I thought that was the first goal.
That
but
was
I missed
Connor
one.
Wade.
Oh, Wade, that's right. So Wade made it 16-0. Nevins made it 17.
Now, Mike, I know you've been doing your homework on this, but it's running time, and I need to know, Mike, as inquiring minds need to know, what are the 4 reasons a clock would stop now?
Well, there's an acronym for that. It's called TIPS.
Whoa, you have been doing your homework. And
Timeout for the T.
Okay.
I for the injury.
Yeah.
P for a penalty. And S for a score. TIPS. So when you have running time in a football game, and I presume in a lacrosse game, the TIPS acronym applies. Eagles have done it again. Well, that was me.
That's you. I don't know how you can change voices.
Amazing how I spoke without speaking there somehow, some way. It's the magic of television.
Meso politely taking some time off the clock.
Yeah, they have taken their collective feet off the pedal. That one is wide there, looking for the cutter in front, Max Wyman. It goes out.
I'm not sure if Parent's best skill is scoring or passing. He's a heck of a passer, Mike.
He makes the very sensible, practical passes, and he also has the audacity, if you will, to try the very creative ones.
And what I like most is when the young kid that he threw it to went out, substituted for, Parent gave him a little hat, said, that was my fault.
Yep.
I like that.
He's a leader.
Yep.
No doubt about it. All right, here's Zach Wilson.
They can't get past midfield without passing.
Wilson over to Jellison. Jellison's pass on the sidelines to Searoyce. Picks up the loose ball. Josh Searoyce in between a check. Turns back to his defender and gets pushed back. Now goes on the sidelines to Silas Bryant. Isn't that your guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in. Coach heard me. And
he's got a short stick. So Silas Bryant is John's selection to break the deadlock. This is Thornwall. Thornwall can't get a shot off. They just can't do it. Here is Wilson. Zach Wilson defended by Cusano. Wilson turned back. Now back on the top. Here's Thornwall. Zips it, and it's stopped by Burrows.
What a great save.
The kid looking good. Cam Burrows, the freshman, makes a nice stop there. We got a flag down. And we've actually got a flag down near midfield, too.
Yeah, that
two
was
flags.
A delayed call. It's going to go back to Messalonskee. There was a defensive foul on Messalonskee. After the shot, it would have gone to Messalonskee. It'll stay with Hampden.
I think it's Zach Wilson going to the box.
Yeah, that was a delayed penalty because they had an advantage. Again, the right way to play this game, not to stop the game, but let the play go.
So just what the Eagles needed, a man advantage.
Well, Thornwall draws some attention. Oh,
Shot went wide. It'll stay with Hampden Academy. They have not put the penalty up on the board, apparently. They're not going to. So they're still down a man.
Yeah.
All right, back out front. It goes to Thornwall. It is 17-0 in favor of Messalonskee. 5:45 to go in the third. Glad to have you with us on this rainy afternoon here on The Score. The best way to watch this game today is the way you are, because it is dry and presumably warm. Where you're watching us, be it on your phone, on your computer.
Josh Royce made a nice defensive play to pick that up, but lost it out of bounds and Meso ball.
Here's Malachi Cusano.
Someone open right there.
Right in front, and boy, that is an ice cream cone of epic proportions there for Landon Stewart.
The defense, Mike, just is not getting back. The transition is poor, and when they do get back, they're not finding people to guard.
Yeah, you simply cannot have a man alone in front of your net
No.
with nobody within the length of the longest stick on the field within them.
No, and again, the defensive players are not getting back. It's as simple as that.
Lots to learn for this Hampden Academy team, a young program, and George West knows that right off the draw. Here's Wade. Wade misses. Wade misses, and trying to touch up there was Manning. Couldn't get back in time.
The difference between Messo and another good team, Messo has 9 players that have scored already.
Yeah.
Great teamwork.
Lots of depth and lots of talent in that depth.
Their practices must be fun.
Yes.
They must be very competitive.
Very
practices.
competitive, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they really go at it.
That's why they're good. That's why they've been in 4 semifinals, 4 consecutive B semifinals.
Boy, they've been so close, this Messalonskee athletic program, in several different sports. Football a couple of years ago. Hockey, of course, they made it to a state final a couple of times. We all know what happened, unfortunately, on the basketball court with the boys' team. A game that they had won in Augusta against Falmouth, and it slipped away from them. They lost it in overtime. And they've been close in lacrosse a couple of times. And baseball. They went to the state finals last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we can think of the talent in this school. Last year, they went to the state championship game in Class A baseball, and I believe they went to the state championship game in lacrosse.
Yes.
So it's a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a lot of spring athletes. And when you can field championship contenders in 2 sports, wow.
No question.
Says a lot.
No question.
Says a lot, that's for sure. That rolls wide, and Hampden Academy trying to scoop it up. Long stick artist there trying to knock it away. On the defense now, Alex Enos. And back with it for Hampden Academy, Nason.
I'd like to see Messo playing in Class A. They can't be too far away from it.
Sticked away there by Drew Sheridan. Go.
This is a big school, isn't it, Mike?
It is.
So, them
they
in
play
Class
A baseball.
Yeah.
The shot is wide there by Sheridan. They play Class A baseball. They play Class B football and Class A basketball. They're a Class A school.
Yeah, I'd like to see this team playing Cape, Portland, Falmouth.
They'd be competitive.
Yes, they would.
There's no question about it. They would be competitive.
And that type of schedule might get them over the hump when they play in a state championship.
Yeah,
Mike. You never know.
Iron brings iron.
You don't want to be playing a weak schedule.
Enos. Long stick. Enos lays it over for Henning. Henning has scored today. Henning waiting for reinforcements from the back. Lobs it back to the middle to Enos. This is Colton Enos.
This patient
Colton, a sidewinder, scores!
Oh, beauty.
Colton Enos with a side arm fastball, and it blew right by Zeke Manning, and it is 19-0.
Yeah, that was a beauty, Mike. That was from down low, and that ball had some movement on it.
Definitely on the down low right there, man.
That was a sinker.
It was.
The way he threw that.
When you shoot like that, you can do things with a ball for sure.
You've got overspin on it, and it's going to go down.
Off the face-off, Austin Frost barreling down. Frost over to Cusano.
And without seams on the ball, you got to have strong leverage to make that ball turn.
Indeed, it's not a baseball.
No.
It's not a tennis ball.
No.
It's not a softball. There are no seams. That one, boy.
I'm glad he had a helmet on.
Exactly. Off the bench there was Jeremiah McKenzie, who has scored already today, and he let one rip.
There is no way they can run the ball upfield.
Got to pass it. They do over the defense to Searoyce. Searoyce down the left. Searoyce drifts down. 50 seconds to go in the third. It is 19-0 in favor of Messalonskee. All right, back out front. They lay it, still 30 or so yards away from the goal. This is Wilson. Wilson beats his man, zigzags through, fires. I guess that was a pass. It ended up in the basket of Searoyce.
Tough pass to make.
Yeah, tough pass, tough spot. Searoyce was guarded carefully and really couldn't get much of a shot off.
You know, you throw it into traffic like that, you think it's open, it's not.
20 seconds left in the quarter. Behind the net. Good defense by Messalonskee. They pop the ball out. It is loose there as Jacob Klotz tried to work it in front, down to 5 seconds to go. And they're going to run out of time, scooping it up for Messalonskee there and running it out of danger. Brian Dulac, and that is it through 3. Score at the end of 3 quarters from Messalonskee High School in Oakland. The Eagles 19, Hampden Academy nothing. You're watching and listening to Boys High School Lacrosse on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
There's money in your unwanted metal. Clark Scrap Metals pays top dollar for any cars, trucks, or scrap metal that you want to get rid of. Stop over, we'll weigh it and give you a check. Got a big job that needs a major cleanup? We'll drop off and pick up 1 or more of our roll-off containers for residential or commercial work. And at Clark's, we crush cars. We travel statewide and offer fair prices. Locally owned for 3 generations, no one knows scrap metal like Clark's. In Chelsea, Hollowell, and Jay. Online at ClarkScrapMetals.com.
It's that moment when everything comes to a halt.
Mom, is everything okay?
It's okay. We can call for some help.
And what you need most is someone you can trust.
201 Service, this is Brandon speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, my car just broke down. I think I need some help.
At 201 Service, we know it's more than just about fixing what's broken. It's about being there when it matters most.
Not to worry, ma'am. We have your location, and help is already on its way.
Don't worry, honey. Help's on the way.
Okay, Mom.
Wherever you are, whatever the time, you can count on us to be there. Because in those uncertain moments, knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
All right, we are back, and immediately Messalonskee right off the draw, driving down and scoring for the Eagles, Max Wyman. He won the face-off and took it right down the field and scored. Max Wyman, as we see it here on the Mid-State Machine Instant Replay. How many seconds, John? 5. 5 seconds.
That matches Mount Ararat the other night.
Okay.
I've never seen a score in 5 seconds. There's one right there.
Max Wyman comes in and scores. By the way, Tom Sheridan has gone 3 goalies deep now as he's got Junior Jam Germano in the game, wearing number 12 to our right, so 3 goalies deep for Messo today. They have emptied the bench, which is a good thing. Everybody getting a chance to get some varsity experience. And off the draw for Messalonskee. The Eagles with control of it. Not anymore, though. It's picked up by the Broncos. Working it up now. Wallace decides to retreat some. Wallace up the right side to Wilson. Wilson missed the pass. Scooped up, knocked away by Sheridan, knocked it away from Sharkey. So Lincoln Academy at Gardner boys Thursday at 4.
That'd be a good one.
All right, here is Sheridan. Avoids a check. Sheridan with that long stick. Laid it ahead for Stewart. Or check that, that's Doucette. Tatum Doucette. Doucette just lobs it off there on the weave to Isaiah Valencia Carter, or IVC, from this point on. And his shot was wide.
You know, as a player, Mike, you almost don't want to find a seam, get in there, and shoot and miss. You want someone else to do that in this kind of game. You don't want to be the one that shoots and misses.
Yep, I hear you.
You know, if you take a shot, you want it to go in. Like
all
this.
right, Stewart, in front. Oh, there's some fancy stuff there from 21 Peyton Henning, and he missed. He tried a Ryan Parent.
A.K.A. Ryan Parent.
Exactly.
Yep.
Little dipsy-do.
That's what, all right. That's what good players will do for a team,
Here's
Mike.
Nevins. Nevins has got a goal. Nevins, there it is. A side wheeler there. And on the score, it's Connor Wade. No, it's 13 on the score. That's Isaiah Valencia Carter.
What a goal. And we saw it on the replay, Mid-Coast.
Mid-State.
Mid-State,
Close.
sorry, Mike.
Close.
Mid-State, I need a read here.
You live on the Mid-Coast. I understand
Mid-State.
that. Yep. Mid-State Machine.
There was a goal that kid has practiced.
Yep.
And he said, I'm going to get one.
I'm going to do it in a game.
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it in a game.
Was he excited or what?
A little happy. Good for him. Isaiah Valencia Carter, a senior.
They're on the sideline, they're giving him the high fives.
He's going to have pizza for dinner. That's how much he's going to celebrate tonight. As long as he gives Sean Packard a piece.
He may get the play. He's in the running for the player of the game.
Could be.
With that shot.
You know, I'm going to let you pick the player of the game. So You are going to pick today's Flagship Cinemas player of the game, and that player is going to get the CMCC swag bag filled with goodies like a Score Player of the Game T-shirt. There's a score there from Gavin Smith.
Yeah, they're running the B offense now. It's a high post screen, weak side cutter, and he screens the defense. What a play.
So it is 22-0. So that player, who is the Flagship Cinemas player of the game, the CMCC swag bag filled with a Score Player of the Game T-shirt from Joseph's Sporting Goods on College Avenue in Waterville, a Score Player of the Game keychain, and 1 ticket to go to the movies. Flagship Cinemas, consistent pricing.
We were just looking at the replay, and Zeke Manning, he never saw the ball. He didn't know what all the commotion was. The ball's in the net, Zeke.
Who was it who got that goal? Did you write it down?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. It's 22-0. We can go back and look at the Mid-State Machine replay, and you can see who scored the goal, possibly. So we give that person the proper attention.
30.
All right. Yes, Gavin Smith.
Nice job.
So Gavin Smith with goal.
And he
Number 22.
Nice
right
stop.
In front. Oh, nice save there by Zeke Manning. The precipitation has stopped momentarily, and I emphasize momentarily, because the last week or 10 days, the momentarily has been very brief.
This is not an easy game to play in the rain.
No, it's not, especially when you're down by 22. Especially when you're down 22. So loose ball, Jeremiah McKenzie up with it, has to leave it for the blue. It'll be Hampden Academy's ball here. 7:10 to go. Right side, here is Sharkey. Dylan Sharkey around Sheridan. Sharkey drifts back. Now to Nason. Nason to the top. There's your guy right there, Silas Bryant.
He is. He's getting
pretty
ready,
hard to
Mike.
score. Pretty hard to score from there.
Watch this.
He's going in. He shoots. It's blocked. And that was run out by Alex Enos. Enos, nice pass at midfield. On one hop, it's scooped up by IVC. IVC eventually gets control of it again to the middle. He goes to the net, shoots and scores. Isaiah Valencia Carter, you can't stop him. You can't even hope to contain him.
I'll tell you what, he knows the goal. He's got the goal eyes right now. What another hard shot.
So IVC
watch this.
Scores.
I like the pickup on the ground ball and just flung it.
Let her fly. 23-0. I'm not sure what the season high output is for Messalonskee this year, but
Well, we'll take a peek at that. Messalonskee has their highest output is 17
okay, so they've long since run by that.
against Gorham
Okay.
last Friday.
Yeah, 17-2. Nice win.
Yep.
Gorham's a decent team.
They are.
Those Portland area teams are all good.
Yeah.
They have big enrollment schools.
And if they don't, they get some player from another school to go there. That's not playing on another team.
You're not pointing your fingers at
No.
Chevrolet or Thornton Academy
No.
or anything like that,
No.
are you?
No.
Any of those private schools?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
No. Hey, if they can do it, they can do it.
Right. I mean, Coney would never do that.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. The boys' game, the girls need to be able to play like this, Mike.
Yes.
This is so much of a more fun game. They want to whack. Look at the contact.
Yep, and that's our friend Mr. Thornwall there, who has
Yeah. It's going to be a delayed call. In girls, they'd stop the action and they go sit in the dunce seat.
now right there, shot and a save.
Oh.
Holy mackerel, what a stop.
Point blank.
Jan Germano, I mean, that can't be any more point blank.
No.
And the shutout is preserved.
And we've got a high stick called on a Meso player.
Do we have that save?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Mid-State Machine instant replay.
Watch
here.
her right here.
I mean,
great
man.
concentration. Little luck, but good concentration.
Man. Now, if a state decided we want our girls to play by the boys' rules, do they have to acquiesce to the National Federation, or can they do it on their own?
I don't think that they can do it on their own because of legalities. If someone
Really?
got hurt, they would be in trouble.
Even if they suited them up with the proper equipment like the boys have?
I think if the National Federation says, here's the way it has to be played, and a state voted against it and someone got hurt, there could be legal exposure.
I'm a states' rights man myself. Ought to be able to do that without fear of penalty.
Well, we might get Janet Mills to go against them.
I don't even want to go there. Let's leave that alone. Here's IVC. I don't want to go there. I don't want to have that conversation. IVC tries, though Dipsy do it. He missed it.
And the bench is loving this.
Isaiah Valencia Carter went coast to coast and tried the wrap around my head shot and missed.
He's loving this game.
I think he would have done a cartwheel if he had scored there. Absolutely. Here's Austin Frost. Frost over to Henning. And it is garbage time here in Oakland. And Messalonskee trying everything. Here's Austin Frost. Frost drifts in, fakes, pulls it back. Frost pass blocked. Good defense there. That was Wilson on the stop and the pickup off the ground.
Yeah, he is a good player.
And then he threw it back, and his teammate bailing him out there was 36, Mason Jellison.
Oh.
And Thornwall runs into him, and he does like the contact. I'm sure he's a football player.
Well, with the
and
pass,
he gets slashed there big time by IVC. That was a good slash job there. And 2.5 to go.
We do have a delayed penalty on the contact by Messo. So as soon as Messo gets the ball, the penalty will be called.
So they will play through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you can pull the goalie in hockey. All right, Wilson trying to get in out of his stick, and now Messo will gain control. No, they don't gain control. Now they do. And they will stop play, and we will get the penalty. And going off for Messalonskee is Austin Frost. We're at 2 minutes to go. Clock is running. 23-0, Messalonskee.
Now, in the girls' game, they make him go neutral spot and sit him in a chair. And I can't wait until they put the dunce cap on him, too. But it is so...
That would be awesome if they did, but
I can't believe they can get away with that in this day and age.
What?
Making them sit in a designated spot far from the teams in a chair and wear a dunce cap.
Oh, the dunce cap would be spectacular. But there would be a lawsuit filed so quickly, it would curl your hair. All right, that's how quick it would happen. It would curl your hair.
Is that a state regulated?
I think I've mixed my metaphors somehow, somewhere. I don't even want to get into that, Sean.
No,
stop it.
I know. We're trying to tease you, Mike.
You're trying to get me to go political, and I won't.
I know.
That's not what we do here. This is
You got 1
sports.
minute left. You can do it,
This
Mike.
is the toy department of life. This is Sheridan. Sheridan to the middle. Drew, long stick.
Look at the stick.
Avoid, shoots, and a save. Manning again with the robbery on the long stick of Drew Sheridan.
He's got a dozen stops, but he's got 23 goals against him.
Well,
Where's your guy? Where's your 12?
Silas Bryant, the designated scorer, is in the middle of the field now.
I'm going to cross him off.
You have got 30. You got 30 seconds to get on the ball.
I had a feeling.
All right, here's Jellison, lost it. Picked up Messalonskee. Messalonskee, the shot is wide there by Peyton Henning. I'm surprised I haven't called him Peyton Manning yet.
Yeah, let it fly.
15 seconds to go. Silas Bryant is not going to score. And so John's choice has washed out.
Failed.
He has not showed up. And that'll be it. The Messalonskee Eagles with a party here on their home field as they win it, and they win it going away. And that shutout preserved by Jan Germano, who's getting mobbed by his Messalonskee teammates, and that is it. Final score in this one, Messalonskee Eagles 23, Hampden Academy Broncos nothing. We'll come back and put the wraps on this one, and we'll pick, John will anyway, our flagship Cinema Score player of the game. That's all next on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Midstate Machine in Winslow, Maine, we manufacture complex components and large-scale turbines that power industries across aerospace, defense, and energy. We're hiring CNC machinists. And whether you're experienced or just starting out, we offer on-the-job training to help you build a rewarding career. Join our Safety First team, where your ideas are valued, and enjoy competitive pay with 2 weeks of paid time off starting on day one. Apply today at midstateusa.com, where your career powers the future.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
It's like this every winter. When the temperature drops below 45, my palms sweat and I get really anxious.
It's not your fault. You're suffering from seasonal winter driving disorder. 3 and 4 drivers suffer from SWUDs because they have all-season tires. They aren't designed for wintry weather. Luckily, there's a remedy. Take 4, call me in the morning.
Visit NokianTires.com/remedy for the cure.
Is this a prescription for tires?
201 Tire Battery and Service, Riverside Drive, Vassalboro.
Mike Violet and John Coughlin back here live, Messalonskee High School in Oakland. The Eagles with a party here this afternoon as they rout Hampden Academy by a final score of 23-0. It was an 11-goal assault in the first period by the Messalonskee Eagles. Cusano, McKenzie, LeBlanc, Henning, Parent, LeBlanc, Doucette, Cusano, Parent. That's how the scoring went in the first quarter. Second quarter, they took their feet off the pedal a little bit. LeBlanc, Henning, Parent, and Tibbetts. And then in the second half, running time all the way through. Wade, Nevin, Stewart, Enos in the third. Wyman, IVC, Smith, and IVC in the fourth quarter to get us up to 23-0, which leads us to our flagship Cinemas score player of the game. He is...
That's got to be Ryan Parent, Mike. I haven't seen a lot of boys lacrosse games, but I'm going to tell you, watching him today shows the thrill in this sport. He can do things that other players can't, and they're so fun to watch. It's a different level. And when you come to watch him, you could see almost anything. He can score, he can pass, but he's a coach on the field, and every one of those players look up to him.
So Ryan Parent is our flagship Cinemas score player of the game. Flagship Cinemas, consistent pricing, and a premium cinema experience. He gets the swag bag, the CMC swag bag filled with goodies like a score t-shirt from Joseph's Sporting Goods on Kennedy Drive in Waterville, the score player of the game. Keychain, 1 ticket to go to the movies, Flagship Cinemas on Kennedy Drive in Waterville. We're back at it again. More lacrosse on Thursday, more boys lacrosse, Lincoln Academy. We saw their girls last week. We'll see their boys this week on Thursday, taking on the Gardner Tigers from Hokefield and Gardner. Game time is 4 o'clock. For John Coughlin, for Sean Packard, for Galen Neal, I'm Mike Violet. Alan Brickett, we missed you today. I'm Mike Violet saying so long. Sean missed you because he couldn't go get you a hot dog. I'm Mike Violet saying so long from Messalonskee High School in Oakland. Final score in this one, Messalonskee 23, Hampden Academy 0.
You've been watching and listening to live coverage of high school sports on the place for local sports, The Score. It's been brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Midstate Machine, 201 Service Skowhegan, Flagship Cinemas, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service in Vassalboro, Assistance Plus, Manchester Motors, Casella Waste, Computer Improvements, Height Chevrolet, Connected Credit Union, KVFCU, Skowhegan Savings Bank, Skowhegan Tire Center, KMD Driving School, Kennebec Eye Care, Danforth's Down Home Supermarket, and by SBS Carbon Copy. Remember, every game we stream live on The Score is always stored forever in the vault at CentralMainSports.com and on The Score's YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. Your team from your town plays here. Sports Radio, WSKW, The Score, and CentralMainSports.com.